Hello all. So this is the complete SQL basics masterclass which is covered from scratch to end of this particular operators. Okay. So the people who already know these concepts and all, but see, there are some few advanced concepts I have introduced in between of the concepts. Okay. If you already know these concepts, you can skip those. If you are not aware of those concepts and all, please watch it till end. Okay, so it's very important to master these concepts if you want to work on MySQL. Okay, so first of all, let me discuss what is a database. Okay, database is a kind of a repository or an area or a container where we will store all our data. That's it. It's just like as a godown, okay, where we organize all our things in a structured format. So we are taking something called as database over here. So this is a database where we will store our tables, views, functions, stores, and storage procedures and triggers. So we will cover these concepts later. Okay. Let us take about the sample of tables. Okay. This table consists of, table means everyone know it consists, the data will be stored in rows and columns. Okay, so this is a column names for me, name and as well as age. These are the two column names, and this Ravi 26 is one row, Tushar 24 is one row, second row, and Satya 40 is a third row. Everyone is aware of it. Okay, so this is a particular table that I'm going to store in my tables, what in my tables, where these tables are stored in the databases. Okay, bro, we understood about the databases. It's a repository or a area where we store all our data in a structured format. We understood. Then why, what is MySQL? See, if anyone is thinking about MySQL is a database, then that's not the right answer. Okay, MySQL is not the right answer. MySQL is a language that we use to communicate with the database. That's it. It's a language or it's a mediator. See how we are communicating in English is a language, or how you are communicating in your mother tongue and all. So that's a language. Like that, MySQL is a language that we use to communicate with the database. Why to learn MySQL? Okay, bro, I can learn MyExcel is there for me, right? MS Excel is there for me, right? So this is also data that you have shown name, age, and all, which are stored in rows and columns. So I can simply search from here some name called as Tushar, and I'll do find also my record will get for me. Okay, fine, no issue. What if you are having large quantity of data? What if you are having a number of columns and millions of records? So at the time you couldn't able to find also. It's very, it will take lot of time for me. It will take lot of time for you to retrieve the results. Okay. So at that time, what do you need to do? You need to use something called as MySQL. And one more thing, for this particular part, if you want some set of records, it's very much hard to write in M language. This is my MS Excel language to retrieve your records, and it's quite confusing also. It's not that much efficient to filter out the records if the data count is very much high. So that's why I'm using something called as MySQL to communicate with the database. Okay. Okay, fine. Till now, fine. Now, when I have entered to my particular MySQL, so once your installation was done, leave about these things. These are the users that I have created previously. So this is my root user. Okay. If I came over here, click on this particular thing. So this Rohit local instance. Okay. This is a profile where this is showing for me as host, local host name as local host. Local host, why it will show means if you have installed the application of MySQL in your local laptop or anything, so the your local laptop is hosting your MySQL, so that's why it shows your name as local host. It gives some port number, leave about it. Your username is root, And whatever the password that you set while installing the MySQL, you need to install that password. Please do not forget that password and do test connection. It should come like this. Okay. Just click on close. Okay. Every time you no need to come over here just to show you what details will be there. I have shown over here. So for this entire workbench, you are the owner or you are the root user. Okay. First of all, fine. Till now, fine. Now, if I want to, now what I will do, I'm the root user. I have just now logged into my root user. You have seen it. Now what I'll do, I'm going to create a database. Okay. And I'm going to give one user. Okay. Some user. And I will grant, I'm going to create one user and I'll grant some permissions to him. Okay. Then I'll create tables on top of it. And want to insert some records in it by using some insert statement. So that is a thing that I'm going to do right now. Good, fine. Let me go over here. And first thing, let me tell you one thing. If I want to, if I want to create anything in SQL, not only in this, if I want to create anything in SQL, I need to write something called as a keyword. So these are all the keywords. There are some keywords are there which appears for you in blue color, which means that is a inbuilt keywords of in MySQL to perform some action. Okay. If I write create, it will create something for me. What it will create, if I'm creating a database, I need to write create database and a database name. What is the database name that I'm going to create? So this is a semicolon that I'm putting over here, which means that the query that I'm writing got, it is an endpoint of it. If I won't put this one, the particular query doesn't know where I'm starting and where I'm ending. If I put this one, we are indicating to MySQL, okay, boss, the query is starting from here and ended over here. That's it. Okay. If I want to create a table, I need to write create table, and I need to write the table name. That's it. Table name. Okay. Like that, if I want to create anything, first of all, I need to write a keyword called as create keyword, and then I need to write what I am creating, that keyword. Table is a keyword, and the name that I need to specify after that. That's very important. Okay, fine. After that, I want to create a user. Just I'll mention a create user and username. That what I need to give. That's it. Okay, fine. Rohit, you have tell me how to create the users and how to create the tables and all. Now tell me how to drop it. For suppose if I don't want, how I can drop it? Simply I will write drop. Simply if I want to drop database, I need to write database. Database. Simply I will write database name. That's it. And if I want to drop a table, simply see in place of table, simply I will write drop table. If I want to drop a user, simply I will write drop. That's it. Anything. Not only these things, these are some samples that I have shown for you. Okay. Now let us jump to our SQL. See, like how I have created one. I will drop one database which is not required for me. Okay. Student underscore DB. Okay, so let me explain you about this canvas first. Okay, when you came over here, if you there is something three blocks which will appear over here. If I click on this one, the schemas and administration stuff will get disappear. If you uncheck this one, it will be visible for you. Better to keep this in the line. When you have login for the first time, this particular page you can see in this manner till here. Do not entertain it, just click on this one. That one is not meant for us. It's not useful for us also. Okay, just a second. Okay, if I click this one, so here all my outputs were exit. Whatever the queries I'm running over here, it will show me that whether my queries ran successful or not. Okay, so I am dropping this database. I'll recreate it. Say if it is showing like tick mark over here, which means that our query ran successful. It will show how many records got affected also, because I didn't have any records in that. Okay, Okay, when you are installing MySQL, right, there is something you picked up called as samples and examples like of thing, right? So you are picking up one default database that was given by MySQL to you. Okay, so the database name is Sakila. Schema and database both are same. If anyone asks you what is a schema, if anyone asks you what is a database, both are same. It's a container or repository where we'll store all our data in a structured format. Okay, so it, as I told, it consists of tables, views, stored procedures, and as well as these functions. Good. If I click on this table, there are so many tables are created for me. So many tables, actor and all. Okay, let me click on this one. I'll see something called as columns. Okay, let me click on these columns. What are these columns? I told, right, actor ID, name, last name, and as well as last update. So these are the columns that are available to you in this manner. So actor ID, actor name, all these things. Okay. So which means what is the structure that we are following over here? Which means first of all, there will be one database. Database consists of tables and so many others also. Let's concentrate on tables first. And what tables consist of? Tables consist of columns and rows. Okay, I hope everyone clear of it. So let me search one table. Select star from. See, first of all, you need to click on double click on this particular Sakila. Double click. If not, you won't select any database. Okay. Now let me show you the actor. Okay. Select star from actor. Let me run this one. So now it will give me all the records which are there in the actor table in this particular what we call it as rows and columns form. So there are four columns are there over here: actor ID, first name, last name, and last update. And there are total 203 rows are there for me. Okay, it consists of actors list. I hope you are clear with this particular statement. Okay, so I will have a clean discussion on select statement, but this is a statement that we use to retrieve the records or to view the records which are there in my table. Okay, so let us just concentrate. I hope everyone aware of some basic SQL. If not, also no issue, you'll get to know everything. Good, fine. Now this is, as I told, this is a one database that I'm having. Okay, let me create another database. Create database. I need to write, I told, if I want to create any database, I need to write create database. And then I told something I need to write called as database name. Database name is std or student underscore db. That's it. Let me run it. If you see, if I ran this one, this particular database got created successfully for me. Okay, if I refresh this tab, I'll get something called as one more DB got created for me, student DB. So by this, you can understand I'm having three databases over here. One database is college database, second database Sakila, third is student. Okay, if I uncheck this one, the college database has some table, so that's why it is showing some arrow mark over here. If I click on this one, the college database consists of two tables. One is fee payment table and well as department table. Okay, and my Sagila is also having some database tables and all, as you have seen, actors, all the things and all, actor tables, all the things actor. These are the tables which are stored in the Sakila. Okay, but this database I have created just now, it doesn't have any tables or anything for me. Okay, fine, that's good. Now, no issue. We'll create a table. But before that, I want to tell one thing for you, that you are not the only, okay, you are the what we call it as root user for this workbench, and you are the admin stuff. You are having all the privileges. You can do whatever the things that you want in particular workbench or in MySQL. But in if you are working in an organization or somewhere, you are not the only person who are going to work. You will what we call it as create some users or create some teammates also, right? You will create some teammates also, you create some users also, right? So at that time, what you will do? That's the question mark. So you need to create some workbenches or you need to create some users for your friends, and you need to give access to them to access the particular databases over here. So by that you will share your work, right? So if someone is doing some insertion of records, someone is validating the records, someone is creating the tables and all. So like that the team forms for you. So for that what you need to do, you need to create a user. So to create a user, let us first look on the syntax. Okay, let me remove this, which is not required for me. So to create a user, I told if I want to create anything, I need to write create. What I'm creating user. Okay, just a second. So what I'm creating a user. Okay. After that, I need to specify what is a username that you want to specify for the user. So if you are creating a user, so you need to give some name to him, right? After that, you need to write at the rate, at the rate is common. Okay, it's a common syntax. You need to mention something called as host name. Obviously, you have installed your MySQL in your particular laptop, so it will be localhost only by default. Okay, you need to mention localhost only. Then you have created one password while you are installing MySQL. So you are now for this particular user also, you need to create one password if he wants to log in to your particular workbench and access all the databases and all the tables that you have created. So here you need to write identified by you need to mention the password. That's it. So this is what the syntax that you want if you want to create a user, you need to give. Okay, so that is what the thing that you are able to see somewhat of user. These are created by me only. Okay, these are created by me only. So I will explain you one more thing. So already I'm having one session, so I don't want another session I have opened. So let me show you how to create a user. Okay, so user creating user for something called as Prasad. Okay, his name is Prasad. Okay, so I need to write create user user username is I told um, Prasad Prasad. Then what I need to write? I need to write at the rate. I need to write the local host. Why? Because see, we all are using the local host only. Local, what is a host name? It is a local host only we need to write. Understood? It's a local host only, pure local host. See, if you check on this one, it's a local host. For everyone, you need to give local host only. Okay. So let's click on this one, give local host. Okay. Space. Then identified. This is a keyword that I need to use. Identified by. What is the password that I want to provide? I'll provide something called as Prasad at the rate 123. That's it. This is a password that he need to enter whenever he is login with that. Okay, good. Let me run this particular query. Query ran successful. Okay. So how I can test it? Let me go to my home tab, click on new connection, give new connection. Prasad workspace, Prasad workspace, and let me provide it is localhost. I have given localhost. Username is Prasad, Prasad only na. I think I have given Prasad only. Sorry. Prasad store. What is a store? Sorry, Prasad at the rate 123. I hope this is a password. Test connection. Okay, Prasad at the rate 123. Why? I think the username is Prasad P capital. I think so. Store in world. Prasad at the rate 123. Test connection. Why? 123. Why? Just a second. Let me go to my page. What I have given? Prasad, localhost. So okay, see here it's a mistake. I didn't given the password. Prasad, I didn't given A. Let me give A and rerun this particular query. Already it's there. Create or replace user. I think I can't give create or replace user. Let me give Prasad. So password I have given for him is Prasad. Prasad. Okay, I didn't given A. Prasad capital is low. Let me go over here, click on new connection, and the connection name is Prasad Workspace. Okay, and let me provide local host. It's local host. I need to give the password Prasad Pra at the rate 123. You need to type the password. If you type the password successfully, you will receive this particular message. Click on this one, click on OK. So you can see one Prasad workspace got created for it. Okay. So if I open this, see Prasad doesn't have any schemas like how I'm having over here. Sakila, all these things. Schemas means database. Schemas and database both are same. Okay. If anyone asks you this question, please mention this. Okay. Prasad doesn't able to see any databases or schemas over here. Why? Because see, I have just created the user of Prasad and allowed him to the workspace, but I haven't given any access for him to use any databases or anything. Okay, so if Prasad wants to access my Sakila database, which is defaultly given by MySQL to me, so I need to provide some privileges or I need to provide some permissions to him. Okay, so what are the permissions that I need to provide? Okay, let me give you one thing. If I need to provide something, okay, I need to write something called as grant. This is a keyword, this is also a keyword. So if I need to provide some permissions or anything for him, I need to something called as grant, and then I need to give what are the permissions that I want to give. Means permissions means actions means what Prasad can do in my workspace or in my database or in my tables. Okay, so I'll provide those things. Okay, on actions on on which database? There are so many databases are there for me. College DB, Sakila, and as well as student DB. On which database I'm providing permission to him. So I need to mention the database dot dot in what tables he need permission. So if I provide a database also, if I restrict him for certain number of tables, Prasad could able to access those tables only. If not, Prasad, it will throw an error for him. But Prasad, you are not having access to view, or you are not having access to read or write this particular records for sure. Okay, so then I need to mention to whom I'm providing. To whom I'm providing? I'm providing to Prasad. Prasad. Same. This is common, bro. Every time you need to write Prasad at the rate local host. This Prasad at the rate local host is common for everything. So you need to know this. So this is what the things and all. See here grant and as well as on databases tables to Prasad. This will not change. The things will change over here is the actions. Okay. What action? See, if I give something called as one keyword called as all privileges, which means Prasad can do whatever he want to do, he can do. He can do anything. He can write the records, means he can write the means he can write the records, which means he can insert new records. Okay, insert records, insert records, or update the records. Update the records means if I'm already having some columns or if I'm have already having some records. Okay, inserting new records means if a table doesn't consist of anyone. Okay, I'm inserting one new person or a new record in that, you'll get to know slowly. Updating the record means I'm already having something called as some records are there. So I'm updating the name, age, or date of birth, something. So if I'm updating the existing records, then I need to use the update or delete the records. Delete the records. Simply, in your terms, if I need to say what is a insert, update, and delete means, let me go to this particular Excel sheet. Inserting means if I'm inserting something called as Ravi, he's a new record. Ravi, his age is 26, 28. Okay, he is Ravi, his age is 28. This is what the new record I'm inserting, which is called as insert. Update means Tushar name got changed to something called as uh, Shreyas. So I'm updating the existing record and his age also gone updated to 28. So this is if I'm updating the existing record, I'll write update. That's it. Delete means Satya record is not required for me. I'm deleting his record. So this is what deleting the record. So it will delete entire record for you. This is what delete. So these are the actions that I can perform. Okay, which means if I'm if for suppose if I want to grant only few privileges, if I want to grant only few privileges, then in place of this thing, I will write select. Select means he can able to view or query the results. Select, update, or insert, insert, update, delete. These four statements are equivalent to the all privileges. Okay. Instead of writing this much amount of insert, select, update, and delete, simply if I write all privileges will be granted to him. Okay. If I write only select, okay, he can only view. He can only view the records. He couldn't able to what we call it as do any kind of new records insertion, update the existing records, or deleting the records and all. Okay, fine. Now, for suppose, now let me go to my workbench and give. So I am giving grant. So let me give only select for Prasad because I don't have what we call trust on Prakash. Why Prasad? Because Prasad is a new person to my team. I can't trust him. Why? Because I don't know what kind of activities that he will perform. He can able to delete the records and all, which will cause a huge impact on me. So that's why I won't do like that. Select on which database, database name is Sakila dot. Okay. On which tables? See, this Sakila consists of so many tables, actors, all these things. If I want to grant only for actor table, just I'll write actor. To whom I'm providing? To this particular person. Just copy and paste it. That's it. This is what the record. That's it now. This and select on. I need to write something called as on which database. Okay, I forgot it. Sorry. For suppose if I want to give all the table access for suppose actor, address, category. So many tables are there in this particular Sakila. So if I want to give access all the tables to Prasad, simply, or first of all, let us give for only actor and let us test it first. Okay. Let me grant ran successful. Let me go to Prasad's workspace and just refresh this. Now you can able to see the Sakila database which got appeared over here. And if you see the tables, only actor table is there because I have given access to only actor table. He could able to read it. He couldn't able to do apart from that anything. Okay, good. Now, for suppose if I am giving access to all the databases like star, star. Let me run this one. Okay, let me run this one. So he got all the access. Let me refresh it. See, you can see all the tables. See, if you want to give access to all means here star means all. Not only databases, anything. If you want to take all, entire list, you need to mention something called as star. Okay. For suppose if I mention star in place of databases, star dot star, which means I'm giving access to Prasad to all the databases which I'm having to all the tables. See, if I refresh this tab, refresh it. Why? Let me close it, close it. Let me go to my home tab and let me go to Prasad's workspace. See, now you can able to see all the databases were there. Okay. I hope you are clear. Okay, see, fine. Now, whenever you are creating or you are creating any user grant access to anyone, just give something called as fresh privileges. Okay, see, I'm giving in Prasad workspace. Sorry, I need to give in my workspace. Okay, I need to give in my workspace. See, if by Prasad, see, this is a very good sign. For Prasad, it is showing that access denied for you because I have given access Prasad to read, write, and as well as to update the data and to delete the records. But he doesn't have anything to do with the privileges and all. Right? Simply I'll do flush privileges. See, if I do plus, why I'm giving flush privileges is, for suppose, Prasad is my ex-worker and all. Okay, he came to my company. Okay, he came to my company. Prasad is an ex-worker to me. He came to my company. He left the company in between. Okay. Then I have Prasad. Somewhere the Prasad credentials or somewhere the Prasad passwords will be stored in MySQL. Okay. So when so Prasad has came again back to my company after some time and I'm again creating the Prasad user. So at that time, I need to do refresh for the Prasad account. Flush privileges means if any old privileges or something old, what we call it as privileges are there, all these things will be gone, and these new things that I have created right now will get generated. That's it. Okay. So this is how you need to create. Okay. Now, one more thing. You need for suppose before that. Okay, I'm okay, fine. Let us now, till now everyone clear. Now Prasad has what we call it as, okay, now let us clear one thing. I'm busy at my work. Okay, I'm having so many tasks to do as a root user. I'm having so many tasks which are there for me to perform. Okay, fine. See, there are so many people are joining to my team. So I can't give every time I can't run this create, grant, user and all these things now. Is it or not? I can't write it. So what I will do at that time, I will give Prasad access. I'll give some privileges or I'll give some power to Prasad so that he can create users and he can able to grant privileges to the users. Okay, so that option is also there for me. Okay, so what I can do for this, so if I want to give Prasad, then I want to again write something called as grant. What I need to grant? I need to grant create user. Okay, you are right. You are granting create user credentials. Okay, on which database? I'm giving Sakila. Sakila. I can give star by star also, no issue. Okay, I'm giving for all the tables. Okay, fine. You are giving create user access on this Sakila database to all the table to whom you are giving the access. I'm giving access to this particular Prasad. Fine. If I run this query, Prasad will only have access to create the user. He can't give privileges like grant, select, or something to anyone. For suppose, let us test. If I run this incorrect usage of DB grant and global privileges, what happened? So Prasad at the rate localhost, correctly only I have given. Then what happened again? Create user on, let me give all star. Let me grant to all the databases. Okay, fine. So Prasad now has access to create the, see why it had thrown error. I'll show you again. Why? Because he can create a user, but I'm not specifying anything. See, if I specify only single cycle, it is not the only one schema which is available over here. There are so many schemas are there for me. So he can able to grant to which particular databases the users can use, but he need to, by default, he need to give to all the databases, to all the tables, to someone. So Prasad have access to create a user. Okay, let us now go and test at Prasad. Okay, now let me create, I'm copying this code. Why to do time waste? Okay, let me create something called as Varun. Varun. Okay, localhost identified by password Varun at the rate. Let me take this capital letters. Why? Because I need, I'll get confused. So that's why I'm very bad at spellings and all. See, Prasad is showing that access is denied for you, even though I have given access for him. Why? Why means, see, you need to close the workbench, go to home page, again open the Prasad's workbench. Now click on run, then it will get executed. If you are there in the old workbench, the results will not appear for you. Okay. So now Prasad can able to create user called as Varun. Okay, fine. Let me test it whether Varun's particular thing will come or not. Varun workspace. That's it. Okay. Now what is the username for Varun? Varun. Varun. Host name is localhost, and store Varun at the rate 123. Okay, let me, okay, test connection made successful. Okay, okay, fine. Varun came over here, but he doesn't have any access. As I told, Varun have access to access MySQL workbench. He couldn't able to access any schemas until and unless you give grants. Okay, now let us try to give grants. Okay, I'm giving Varun all the privileges this time. I'm not giving select, I'm giving space. If I want to give all the privileges, I told over here, if you see, I told I need to give, instead of writing single statements, I will write all privileges to grant all. Okay, okay. Simply, I'll write all privileges. If I write like this, if I write like, I will give only for Sakila. That's it. To Varun. To whom I'm giving to Varun. That's it. Okay, but this all privileges is equivalent if I write like this also. If I write select, select, insert, update, delete. Let delete. Okay, it is equivalent to like this also. Okay, but instead of writing it, simply I will give all privileges. That's it. If I run this one, see what will happen. Access is denied for him. Why? For Prasad, I didn't given any kind of access. For Prasad, I didn't given any kind of access to grant privileges. I have given Prasad to just to create the user. That's it. He doesn't have any access to create grant permissions and all. Yeah, Varun, you can do all these things. You can insert records, update records, and delete records like that. No, no, I haven't given like that. Okay. For that, I need to give one more thing while mentioning to Prasad. While creating the user, I need to give something called as with the grant option. I need to write with the grant option. So this is a powerful, it's an extra power that the user will get to grant anything to other users. See, if I run this one, it ran successful. Let me close Prasad's workbench, Varun's workbench also because I need to reopen both. Home page, Prasad's workbench. Let me grant all privileges to Varun. Why it is showing error? Even though I have opened Prasad's workbench again. Let me rerun it. No, let me close MySQL and open it again because it's a local host. It's not running on any server and all, so that's why it will show like that only sometimes. So let me go to home page. Let me go to Prasad's workbench, and now let me try to run this one. Why? Why? Let me give star over here and run this particular statement. Again, also it is showing error. Why Prasad has access with the grant option I have given now? The grant option. Yeah. Now I'm giving commit. Commit means it's just a transaction thing to save. That's it. Why it will take some time or what? No. Basically, it's not like that. No. Let me take it. Let me go to Prasad's workbench. Grant select on star to Varun. May give only for Akila. Yeah. See, I think it will take some time. Okay. Do not worry if it is not working for you because it will take some time for you to work. Okay. You need to close the workbench, take 1 or 2 minutes, give it to them. So then it will get appeared over there. Okay. That's good. So now let us go and test Varun's one. Varun's workspace. So if I refresh this tab, you can see Varun has Sakila, which was not there before. Okay. So Varun has, I think so, only select. He can't do any kind of insert or anything in that. So this is what, how I will give the access to the people. Okay. Now, okay. I have given access to Prasad, but he is misusing it actually. He is not utilizing it properly. He's misusing the particular credentials that I have given. So I want to revoke. Revoke means taking all the credentials that I have given because I'm the user, I'm the admin, I can do anything that I want. Okay, I'm there in my Rohit localhost. So here what I'll do, I will revoke all privileges, privileges, sorry, privileges. I'm very bad at spelling, so that's grant privileges, comma, and what all I'm removing, I have given something called as Prasad grant option. So I'm removing, revoking that also. From From means to whom? From Prasad at the rate local host. That's it. If I click on this, ran it, see all privileges has gone. I'll close the Prasad and work Varun, which I do not need right now. Let me go to home page. Okay. Let me open Prasad's workbench again. See, Prasad couldn't able to see anything also because I have revoked everything. Okay, I have revoked everything. So this is how, for suppose, if I want to remove only admin access to Prasad, simply I'll type instead of all privileges, I'll write grant option from this particular user. That's it. Okay. See, what is the difference between this all privileges and grant option means? See, all privileges means Prasad can able to work on the database. Like he can insert new records, he can update new records, and he can delete the records also. That's it. But he can't provide any access to anyone. That power is there with grant option. So if I remove only grant option instead of removing all the privileges, Prasad can work, but he has no other option to what we call it as he can create the user also, but he doesn't have any other options to what we call it as grant someone access and all like that. That's it. So this is what about how we create the users and how we what we call it as revoke access for them, grant access to them, granting what creating new user, granting new access to them like that. So that's it for this particular user creation. So we have done up to here. Now, till where we have covered, we have created the user, created DB, user creation also we have done. We have grant some privileges also to the users, no issue. Now it's time to create the tables. Okay, now it's time to create the tables. Now we will create the tables. But before jumping into the tables, you need to understand few languages. Okay, means what SQL consists of. What are SQL consist? SQL basically consists of few languages. Okay, on top of these languages only we write our SQL query. Of course, there are so many other keywords are also there we will use, but these are some basic and repeated keywords that we will use. Okay, and there is one more thing I need to add. I forgot to add, which is DRLL, which is data retrieval language, language, which is select. Okay, let me tell you. So these are the repetitive things that we will use. Okay, what are these things? See, this is DDL language. DDL language means if I'm creating anything, DDL means the data definition language. First of all, if I need to create a table or a database, if I need to create anything or make changes on the table structure, or if I want to truncate the table, I'll tell you what is a truncate. If I want to rename anything, if I want to drop anything, if I want to collapse the entire house, or if I want to collapse the entire tables, then I will use something called as data definition languages. Example, see, this is my particular thing. Let me go to the blank page, slideshow, not slideshow. Let me go to this particular thing. Okay, this is the house. Okay, this is a house. To construct the outside of the house and all. Okay, to construct the house, outside of the house, to construct some container, I will use something called as create, alter. After that, what we call it as there are few more keywords I will use. What are them? I'm not remembering it. Yeah, truncate, truncate, rename, and as well as drop. That's it. So first of all, if I want to create my house, okay, or my container, And now if I want to create what we call it as my rooms, this for suppose I'm creating one house. Okay, these are my rooms. First room, and this is one room for me. This is a second room. This is a third room, and this is a fourth room. Okay, consider this as a bathroom. Okay, so this is a house. House is a database. Within the database, I'm creating something called as kitchen. Kitchen underscore table. Okay, this is bedroom fun underscore table. This is a table. Okay, and this is hall underscore tbl table. This is same bedroom 2 underscore table. That's it. This is what we call it as bathroom underscore tbl. So these are the tables to construct the database, to construct the tables, to construct anything, okay, to construct the things. We will use these DDL language, okay, DDL. Then what is this DML? DML. The next thing comes of this DML, data manipulation language, okay. If I want to insert data within my constructed rooms, constructed tables. So then I will use DML language. If I want to insert the new data, I will write insert statement. If I want to update the existing records, I will write update. If I want to delete the records, I will write delete. Example, if I want to insert, considering kitchen, what all I can insert? I can insert what we call it as the utensils, or the rice bags, or any oil cans, or any kind of masalas, fridge. So these are all the data which is available in my kitchen. So to insert data over here, I use the DML statements, or to update the data. For suppose I'll remove that one and update it the new one. To delete means I'm just throwing the entire utensils outside. It doesn't need it for me. So for that I'll use DML. Okay, fine. Now, what is TCL? TCL means transactional control language, commit and as well as rollback. See, this commit and rollback will work in Oracle SQL. Okay. MySQL commit is already defaultly enabled for you. Defaultly enabled for you. I'll show you in some time. The commit is defaultly. Commit means saving the changes that you have done. Rollback means for suppose you have done some change. You doesn't want it to happen. You want to get it back. So just you will write rollback. That's it. These are transactional control. So whatever the transactions that you will perform to control that. DCL, we have learned this one. This is data control language. See who can handle the data, who has control on which database, who has control on which data field and all. So for that case, I will use DCL language. What is DRL language? DRL means data retrieval. To retrieve the data as per it is needed to me, I use select. Select is very important. These all commit, grant, or this table creation and all, we'll use it for some time only. But most focusedly, you need to put most focused on this particular select and this insert, update, delete. These are fine, no issue. I hope it is clear for everyone. Good. First of all, let me remove this. I don't want this one. Prasad, you are gone. Please go. That's it. So now let us talk about how to create the tables. Okay, I haven't created tables. I have just created a database. You have seen for me that the database that I have created is this particular student DB before. Just double click on this particular database if you want to create this one. If not, see the general syntax you need to write is create. Every time you need to write the database name dot, and as well as the table name. So if you double click on this one, no need to write the database will be selected automatically. Okay. Now I want to create the tables. Okay. To create the table, I told, let me go over here for this one. To create the table, first of all, I need to write create. Create is a common thing I told. What I'm creating? Table. Table name, something I will give something called as fee payment or something called a sample table. Sample table. Sample table. Okay. Let me open the brackets. Okay. Within the brackets only. What I need to give? I need to give the column names that I want to give. First of all, I need to write the column names and data type of it. I'll tell you what is the data type of it. What is a column name for me over here? The name. Okay, fine. Comma. Come down. What is the other column name which is there for me? Age. Okay, that's it. These are two columns are there. Close it. So as per this one, I'm having only two columns only now. So I need to write the column name, which column I want to create, and I'm having only two columns, name and age. But if I run this query like this, it will not work because it will ask me the particular data type. You need to write something called as data type over here. What data type? Data type. See, data type is something called as, for suppose, let me take one container. Okay, this is a container. Okay, container means this is a jar at your home. Okay, in this particular jar or column, what you can do, either you can put salt, you will put salt, or you will put some lentils, or you will put some sugar. So only there are few things are there that you can put in this, right? You can't put whatever the thing. In jar, you can't put oil. In jar, you can't store your cooked dal and all. In jar, you can't store your what we call it as curry and all. Like, so there are some specifications are there. In this particular jar, you need to store these kind of values only. That's it. Apart from that, I can't allow anything. Okay. So you need to give the data type. Okay. What are the data types which are available for me? So let me give some basic data types for you, not advanced. Before that, integer, or I can define it as int. Int means what? Numbers, where I can do calculations with that. Okay. Where I can do sum. I'll do sum. With in future, I'll do calculations with that sum, average, minimum, maximum. So whatever the calculations are there, I will do. Okay, AVG. If I want to do any calculations in the future, so then for those particular column, I'll define as the integer data type. So whatever the data that will be stored in that particular column, we can perform calculations. Okay, there is one more thing called a string. String. Okay, string means for suppose my name is there. I won't do any kind of calculations with my name, it's fixed. So it's a string. I won't do any kind of calculations with my name, it's a string. I know, fine. And if anything called as EQHPM0246 like that. What is this? It is also a string because it is also useless. We can't do any calculations with this, right? If I mention my phone number, what will happen? See, if I mention my phone number, if it is an integer value, okay, I do not need to write it in quotes. One, two, some this number. I do not need to write it in quotes, not required at all. Okay. For suppose, if I'm mentioning that particular column as a string column, then for sure I need to give my particular number in this particular quotes. Not only number, whatever the things that we write, those things should be in quotes for sure. Okay, so this why I'm storing my number in this particular string means because it's I won't do any calculations with my number. Do I add my phone number with anything? No, my number is fixed. That's it. So these are some basic things that you need to know. before going into the data types. Okay. Before creating a sample column, here I'm having name. For name is constant. So I will give the data type of name as something called as varchar and 30. I'll explain you what is a varchar. What is a date? So what is the age? See, age I can future I can add 5 years to it, 10 years to it, or I can do minus, I can do into whatever the things I want. So I can do see there is a possibility is there, so I can do any mathematical calculations with the age. So simply I will mention the age as int. That's it. So I need to mention these two things. There is one more thing is there constraints. I'll explain that. See, this is one sample table I'm creating for you. This is a sample table. See, first of all, I need to double click on my particular database, in which database I need to store this table, and then I need to run it. Then it will run successful. Okay. Then simply pause C, select star. Star means all the columns from give the table name same underscore TBL. I have given sample. It has given me same. See, it will show name and age. It see what I have done right now. I have just created one table. Okay, I haven't inserted any data in it. Okay, this is how I create a basic table. Okay, I'm just telling how the data we need to insert and all. Okay, the basic things. We'll go in advanced data types and all in a bit of 2 minutes like that. Okay, fine. Now, if I want to insert these two persons are there for me. What are those two persons? Ravi 26 years, Tushar 24 years, Satya 40 years, right? If I want to enter these records, then what I need to do, first of all, inserting records in the table. First of all, I need to use something called as insert keyword. Insert keyword. Insert into. Into is also a keyword for me. Insert into. These are common syntax, constant syntax. So please listen. Insert into on which table I'm inserting. Okay, I'm inserting into same underscore TBL. Okay, then I need to give in which columns, what columns I'm inserting. See, I'm having only two columns. See, it's not mandatory that you need to mention all the columns. If you want to write it in 3 or 4 columns, you can give like that also. I want to write the column names of name and age. If I write like that, I have given column names. Then I need to give something called as values. Now I'll give the values. Values means what are the values that I want to insert in this name and as well as age columns. So what is the first value for me? I'm having the first value is Ravi, age is 26. See, Ravi, I have given something called as varchar, which is a string only. It's a string only. I'll explain what are the varchar and all. So this is a string, so that's why I need to mention Ravi in this particular quotes. And I have given age in int, so I will write 26. That's it. So this is a basic syntax, okay, that I need to mention while writing this particular. See, till I'll give this particular endra, nothing will happen. So this is a row one I'm inserting. Row 1. If I'm having only row 1 now, it's okay. But I'm having so many rows. Two more rows are there. So I need to put comma over here. Come to the next one. Again, open the bracket. Then I need to provide the next name. What is the next name? Oh, Tushar, I think so. Tushar, some 27 like that. This is a second row I'm inserting. Second row. This is a row 2. What is the last row I'm having? Last row is Satya 40. Okay. Again, I need to come down. Then I need to give Satya. Satya. I need to give 40. That's it. Then I need to close this with semicolon so that I am giving that, okay, this is the end of the query. row 3. Okay, now let me run this particular statement. All inserts ran successfully for me, and let me select the thing, select star from same table. So these are the basic inserts. I'll explain how many inserts are there. See, if I do this insert statement, these three records got entered for me because of this syntax. I hope you are clear. If you want to insert only Ravi's record till here, you will write and close the thing and you will run from here to here. That's it. Okay. So this is how you will insert the things. Here the commas are very important if you are inserting multiple records in the same line. So it's very important. Okay. Now the second thing comes of update, update, update. What is this update? Updating records. Okay. See, for Tushar here, the age is 24, but I have given the age as 27 for him. So I need to update the Tushar age, okay, as 24. What I will do, I will write here also one keyword is there. If I want to update anything, I need to write update. Here I won't use any kind of into, from, where, nothing. Simply I will use the table name, same underscore tbl. Good. Now, now, now I need to set. Now I need to set. What I need to set? I need to set age. Age is equal to here it is an integer value for me. So that's why I do not need to write it in code. So I'm writing 24. If it is string value, I need to write like this. So I need to write 24. That's it. Sorry, 24. So if I run this particular query, all the records will get updated to 24 for me in the age. So I need to give update only Tushar record. So I need to give one condition. So if I want to give any condition, we will discuss on these conditions also in very depth. But for the basic understanding of insert, update, delete, I'm telling, please try to understand. If I want to give any condition or if I want to filter any records, I need to mention something called as where keyword, which is a where clause. Where, what is a where I want to give? Where I need to give name is equal to Tushar, Shar, Tushar. So what I'm doing, I'm updating this particular same underscore tbl. I'm setting age is equal to 24, but to whom I'm setting? I'm setting where condition the name of Tushar's row where I need to set age is equal to 24 for him. That's it. If I run this one, I think it will run successful. If I do select star from this particular table, I will get the Tushar age got changed to 24. Okay, good. This is a basic update. Basic update. What is a basic delete that I can do? Delete records. The the basic delete that I can do. See, if I want to delete Tushar record, simply I need to write a keyword called as delete. That's it. Delete. Okay. From which table I want to delete? From same underscore tbl. Okay. Now I need to give condition. If I run this statement like this, all the records will get deleted for me. If I write delete from this particular table, I'm just giving a hint to MySQL to delete all the records in my same underscore tbl. So that's why I need to write a condition. If I want to write a condition, I need to write where where I need to write, okay, the name is equal to name of the person is Tushar. See, do not worry. Why? Because MySQL is a case insensitive language, like if you can write in small letters, caps, uppercase, lowercase, that's your wish, but you need to write the spelling properly. Okay, I'm giving name where name is equal to Tushar. I'm deleting records where the name is Tushar, so Tushar is only one person is available for me. For suppose if any two or three Tushars are there, those or records will also be gone. Okay, we'll discuss those things in detail. Let's have a basic understanding. Okay, do not fear. This is, I have deleted the records, that's it. Fine. Now let me select the things, run. See, Tushar's record was not there. So this is how I am deleting, inserting and updating the record. This is what I call it as all privileges. All privileges means, all privileges means, all privileges means inserting, I'm having access to insert, I'm having access to update, I'm having access to delete, and I'm having access to select or check the retrieval of the records also. So these three are DMLs, and this is one DRL, data retrieval language. I hope you are clear with the basic stuff. I know you are not understand this particular varchar, so let me explain you on those things. Okay. Okay. Now we need to discuss what kind of data types that we need to put, what are the types that are having. See, this part everyone needs to listen very carefully because I am going to cover some extra topics that you don't know. Okay, recording is going fine. Data types. As I told, data types are, it will give you, it will give you what kind of data that you want to insert in the column. Okay, it will give like that. So till now, see, do not forget about this outside syntax, just will concentrate on the inside syntax only. If I want to write anything, first of all I need to write column, then I need to write the data type. This thing everyone know, I hope. So what are the data types that we can write? So there are, first of all, numeric data types. Numeric data types. What are the numeric data types? See, numeric data types are simply int. Int means it doesn't consist of any decimal values 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma some. This is a value. This is an integer. Everyone know. Next, I need to write decimal. 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 If I give some 10 comma 2. 10 comma 2 means, decimal means everyone know point values. See, which means the total length of the number should be 10, and within that number I need to put up to 2. Example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, sorry, 9, 10. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it. So 0 I'm mentioning over here. Okay. So this is the total length 10 I can mention. 2 means up to 2 values I can give a point. So this is what the meaning of the decimal. These are the point values that I'll get. Okay, fine. There is two more are there that I won't use, float and double. These are also I can use for the replace of this decimal and all. Okay, but mostly I use to prefer decimal. Okay, that's it. These are numeric data types. The next kind of data types are strings. As I discussed, now we'll get clarity on that why I have mentioned varchar and char. So in strings, there are four types are there. Okay, four types are there in string data types. Data types. I'm having four types. Okay. The first type I'm having is varchar, or let us take char. Char means character, and how many characters I can put in it. If for suppose if I mention five, okay, up to five characters means only alphabets. Only alphabets I can put. Example, ROHIT 5 done. If I put 30 alphabets I can put. Apart from 30 I can't write anything. That's it. This is what about char. It only takes alphabet. It doesn't allow you to write any kind of numbers or anything. Everyone know. Varchar. Varchar, if I give 30, it will take alphabets, it will take numbers, it will take symbols also. But it will take in the form of string only. Those numbers are not used to do any kind of calculations for you. Those numbers are not used for you to do any kind of calculations. Okay. So fine. So I'm not going to do, sorry, I'm not going to do. So this varchar is only used to give alphabets, numbers, and symbols only. We won't, it will not symbols only. And see, it will take numbers, anything it will take, but it will be stored in strings. Okay. And for char and varchar, not only for var and char, varchar, for this particular any string data types, I need to mention in this particular codes only. If for suppose EQHPM 024 some dollar I have mentioned. So I have included numbers, I have included this one, I have, see, even I can write number also, no issue. Okay. What is the next one? Next one is text. Text. Text is used to write the long descriptions. Okay. For suppose I need to write the student didn't paid the fee. What it will give na? What it will give na? Not only this one, the long text you can write. But if you want to write long text, you need to use text data type only. You can't use the other things and all. Okay. Char, varchar, and text. These are the string data types. If you want to what we call it as make that column into string, you need to mention these characters only for sure. Okay. The next thing, the next thing is enum or set. What is enum or set? Enum or set means enum or set means, for suppose in a one column, in a particular column, I have given one column name called as status status. See, the status column consists of only three fixed values, that whether the student paid the fee or unpaid the fee, means not paid the fee, or he is pending with some amount. Only these three columns are there. Only these three values only I can enter in this particular status column. So at that time, what I need to do, I need to use something called as enum. Enum. Enum or set both are same. See, if I write enum, then I will open the brackets, and then I will put what are the columns which I need to enter. I need to write like this. That's it. Okay. Or same, I need to write status or status, I need to write set. Same thing I can write. See, that's it. So this is how I declare my enum and ESET, which means it will only allow these three particular values only. Apart from these three values, it will not allow any kind of value. So this is what enum. Okay, it will only allow those three values. Apart from that, it will not allow any kind of values to use. Okay, fine. So the next data type is date. Date. Date means if I want to enter the date, see there will be one format, date and time. Sorry, date and time. If I want to enter date or if I want to mention date and time, there will be a format in MySQL to enter date. Okay. If I have created something called as day, column name day, and I have given the data type as date. If I have given data type as date, so whatever the date I will give, that will be captured in a column called as YYYY, which is the years, MM, months, and DD, date. That's it. If I give time, time, time data type, if I give time data type, you will get to understand all these data types when I'm practically implementing in MySQL. Okay. Time data type, it will give HH hours, MM minutes, SS seconds. That's it. If I give date, time, it will give me both. It will give me both. It will give this thing for me first. It will give this thing for me first. And then it will give me this thing for me next. Like this. If I give, if I give same, it will give me when I have created date. You will understand what is this created date and all. No issue. Then I will give timestamp. Timestamp. What is this timestamp? Timestamp means it will also give me the sorry the date and time, but it will help me to auto update whenever I'm inserting the record. It will do, it is used for tracking purpose. Will whenever I'm giving timestamp means is it used for tracking purpose. See, just make a note of it, all these things you will get to know each and everything in detail. Okay, please do not worry about it. Okay, next, year year you will get in the format like this. These are what the date kind of data types. That's it. So these are the basic data types that we will use to create our tables or to create our columns. Understood? I hope everyone understood this particular thing. Okay, let me go to the next topic. So now let me create a basic table. Okay, if I want to create a basic employee table, okay, let me create an employee table. So what I will do, I will write create. No, not over here. I'll create directly only. Okay, let me create in college DB. I'll double click this college DB. That's it. If I double click this college DB, so I'm in college DB right now. In college DB, I'm creating a table. So I'm writing create table, table, table name. I will give employee underscore TBL, or I'll give EMP underscore TBL, which is employee table. Opening my brackets, because within my brackets only I need to define the columns. See, I'm having a column called as employee ID. Employee ID. Employee ID. See, I do not want to write employee ID in quotes because I told if I am mentioning any kind of data type in this particular strings and all, I need to mention it in quotes. It's very irritating thing. So that's why let us take employee integer value, int, comma, come down. The next one is name of the employee. What is the name of the employee? Name can be in characters or varchar. Characters I can take, see, the name absolutely the name will be in characters only, char only. But In MySQL, see, I can write character 30, no issue. Character 30, no issue. Comma, come down. I can write like this, no issue. But most of the time, we will take the names. We won't define in characters. We define in varchar. Varchar 30. That's it. Comma, come down. Okay. Name, or I'll write emp underscore name like this. Come down. Okay. Now I'm write email. 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 Let me take email in, say, let me write all kinds of data types. Char, let me write char also, no issue. Character, character, email. Email I'll take varchar because I'll get at the rate symbols also in between. At the rate 123 numbers also I'll get, and some letters also, right? Rohit at the rate 123 at the rate of gmail.com. So it's a big thing. So I'll take varchar 30. Means up to 30 alphabets or numbers it will take. And I'll take age of the employee. Age of the employee, definitely it will be in, I'll do calculations and all. So I'll take int, no issue. Because for suppose, if I want to calculate what is the age of the person after 5 years, so then I need to add +5 to my particular column. So that's why I'm taking int for age. If I want to do addition subtractions to email, it will not happen because it's a string. Good. Next, I will take something called as status, employee status. See, status is two types only I'm having, whether the employee is active or not, active or inactive. So in that case, what is the data type I need to use? I told something called as enum. I'm having only two types, active or inactive. Apart from that, no one should enter any kind of other shit. Okay, so simply I am writing status. I need to write enum, or I can write set also. Simply I will write active or inactive. That's it. Inactive. Okay, comma, come down. And what else left? Apart from this, we have given in, let us take decimal. Salary. Salary. See, salary, every time the salary will not be in integer. Okay, it can be in decimals also. So that's why I'm declaring salary in decimal, decimal 10 comma something 2. Let us give like that. That's it. 10 comma 2. And I will mention date, DOG, date of joining of the employee. When that part, see, I haven't forgot to give comma, so that's why it is showing error for me. Date of joining, when this a particular employee has joined. So I'll give the date. That's it. Simple. Or date I'll give. Date and time, no. Later I'll give. That's it. This is my entire table creation. Just I'm closing it. Done. This is how I need to create a table by defining the data types of it. And you need to define the constraints also. The next topic is constraints. See, if I do this one, see, my table got created for me. Okay. Let me do selector star from emp underscore tbl. Let me run this one. See, a table got created for me. But you are telling that Rohit, okay, we'll discuss about that thing after some time, no issue. See, what I mean to say is, I'm having EMP name, EMP ID, but you are asking that where are the data types that I have given, where it was mentioned to me. I didn't get it. So those things also visible in some time. Okay. I have created the table till now. I hope everyone is clear till now. Okay, fine. So till now we have seen the table creation. So till now you know what is a column syntax I need to use. I need to use column name, column name, and as well as the data type. I know that you guys are wondering, okay, it's very easy for me to create. No, no. It's easy only, but you need to pay attention a bit. Okay. You need to mention something called as constraints. Constraints. See, you need to mention how actually you'll create a table is. You need to write create table. Okay. Something called as std underscore tbl. I need to write like this. Okay. Then I need to mention something called as. So I need to write some. So fine. You guys are thinking that okay, this is how it's very easy to build and all. No, it's not like that. You need to write column name, column name that you want to create, column one. You need to write data type, and you need to write constraint, constraint, comma. Same again, column two, data type, and constraint. That's it. What are these constraints? You are worrying about what are these constraints. See, constraints are the conditions. Constraints are the conditions or the restrictions that you are putting on the data. Okay, which means only you are already kept one condition like what kind of data that it could enter with the form of data type. Okay, that's fine. But you are keeping some restrictions. Okay, restrictions on top of your your column, how the column will take the data and what are the conditions that you want to put in that particular column. Okay, it's just like constraints are the, please make a note of it, constraints are the rules that created on columns to restrict the column and enter only valid records. It will just take it just like a filter. Okay, it's just like as a filter which is placed on top of your column, and it will just take only valid records. So that is what the constraints. There are some types of constraints. Okay, let me discuss some what are the types of constraint. The first type is very easy, not null. Not null means, so it is one rule that applied on top of your table. It will tell that the column should not be column or block should not be empty. It should not be empty. I'll tell you what is that. Let me discuss all those things over here. Okay. Um, okay. Let me come over here. Go to top. Okay, I think these are the age of something called as 27. Let me give some other one, Tushar, some 41, something called as. So let me take like this. Okay, Nox. Good. Now let me go. So this is a table for me. Okay. If I'm applying, see, if I'm applying, I'll write all my things over here. Okay. If I want to apply condition on my table, okay, simply I will write create. So this is a table, table sample underscore tbl. Okay, I need to open the brackets over here. So below down, I'm writing the things. Okay, okay. So below down, I'm writing the things. Okay, for this particular column, for the C, I'm explaining this not nulls and all concept over here in detail in this particular page. So please, so this is a data I'm already having, okay, but before only I need to estimate it, okay. For suppose if I want to create a name name column, I will write what is the data type that I will give for name varchar. So already I have told that if you want to create a column, you need to write the column name, you need to write the data type, and you need to write the constraint name. Constraint. What is a constraint you want to apply? So the first constraint I'm going to discuss is, please make a note of it here only, which is not, which is not null. Okay. So I'm giving my name. I'm giving varchar some 30 data type. And what is a constraint I will give? I will mention not null over here. Okay, what this not null will do? Not null will do. See, this not null will ensure, for suppose, if I'm inserting only age of some other person, if I'm inserting record of some 32, it will not take, it will throw an error for me for that insert statement. It will say, boss, this block should not be empty because that particular column has given me as not null. It should not be empty. It should not be empty. You need to write something over here called as unknown, something like that. It will tell that no, it will say no, you can't leave this particular block as empty. So there should be some data if you are writing any new record. So that is the meaning of not null. Okay, then what is the next one? Unique. See, as the name suggests, all the see not null. See, not null allows duplicates. Duplicates. Duplicates means if already, for suppose I'm having Tushar, I can write Tushar again, no issue. Okay, duplicates are allowed. But unique. Unique means what? Whatever the values I'm giving, that should be unique. Unique means uh, it should not compare with other values. Means it should not match with other values. Example, std underscore id. For suppose if I'm giving something called as std underscore id. Okay, if I'm giving something called as std underscore id. Unique means, see, I will give std underscore id. Std id means I'm giving int. Why? Because I need to write in code side which I don't like, so I'm giving in int only. Okay, std id, and I'm giving the data type. Then I'm giving the constraint value. What is the constraint value I'm giving over here? I'm giving the constraint value as unique. Unique means, see, if I'm having one, I should not write one again. It should be 2, 3, 4. There should not be no duplicates. It will not allow duplicates. Simply it will not allow duplicates. But you can leave the any column as null, no issue. Nulls are allowed. Nulls are allowed. Okay, nulls are allowed. You can leave any column as empty, but if it will say that, boss, I won't allow duplicates, all the records should be unique. So that is what the unique constraint refers to. Okay, the next one is primary key. Primary key is simply combination of not null plus unique. What is this primary key? It's a as I told, it's a combination of not null plus unique. Not null plus unique means it will say, boss, you do not need to worry. Okay, you do not need to worry. You should only give, for suppose if I'm giving this particular what we call it as std id as unique primary key, there will be, and one more thing you need to note, there will be only one primary key that can be defined in an entire call, entire table. Only one column can be defined as a primary key in the entire table. That should be noted. You can't create two or more what we call it as columns. See, you can create two unique keys, no issue. Two or more unique keys. You can create two or more what we call it as not nulls. N number of unique keys, you can create n number of not nulls you can create, but only one column can be declared as a primary key for the entire table. That should be noted. So if I'm writing stdid as primary key, so before that I need to give int data type, then I need to give primary key. This is what I need to give like this. If I give like this, okay, I told it's a unique value. So all values should be unique. Yeah, it's unique. But not null is also there. Not null means I should not leave anything empty. So it should be written for sure. So this is what primary key is represented. Okay. The next one is foreign key. I'll explain about the foreign key, no issue. But before that, let me explain you about what we call it as check, check, check. Check means check is a constraint. Okay. Check is a constraint. Column, column greater than or equal to some value, value. What check is a constraint means, if for suppose whatever the condition that you will give over here, first of all it will check whether the value or whether the record you are entering in that column is valid or not, or whether it is meeting this particular condition or not. For suppose if take this age, I am giving, first of all I will give age, I will give age, I have given integer only, int, and I write check, check. Here I will write check. Here I will write age should be greater than some 25. Okay. It will only allow the people age who are greater than 85, 25 when you are writing the insert statements, when you are inserting the things. See, in that case, Ravi should be eliminated. Why? Because Ravi age is 17 years only. So Ravi age can't be 17 years. So this particular age column will allow only the people who are about 25 years age. I hope this is clear. And second one is default. Default. This is one of the constraint. What is this default constraint? Okay. Default constraint is, for suppose, for this particular age I haven't given, check this one, I have removed this, okay, or not this one. For this what we call it as name, I have removed Tushar. I don't know, some person is there with age 34 and student ID 4, but I don't know his name. Okay. So generally it is not possible, but I am telling an example. Okay. In that case, default means, if for suppose if you are not having any value, or if you have not enter, if forgot to enter the value while creating the table only, you will give one default value so that it will allocate that value over here. Example, name, name only na, name, name, varchar 30. I need to write, see, I will mention, I'll tell one thing, not null is there. Apart from that, I need to write default, default, default. I need to mention something called as unknown. For suppose if I forgot to mention anyone's name, okay, if I forgot to mention anyone's name, or if I don't know anyone's name, so it will defaultly enter me unknown over here. That's it. So this is what the default constraint looks like. There is one more constraint is there, which is auto increment. Okay, this is generally we used for serial numbers. Every time I can't write 1 2 3 4 5 na? So if I declare any column as auto increment, you know, do not need to mention the values in that particular column. It will automatically give you the first record as 1, second record as 2, third record as 3, fourth record as 4, fifth record as 5, sixth record as like this. Okay, good. Now, if for suppose for how to create this one, I will write name, not name, serial number. It's serial number only. I need to write int or varchar. I can write varchar, varchar. I can write varchar 30, and I will give auto increment. Here there is one twist is there. If you are writing auto increment and declaring any column as auto increment, for that column only you need to give primary key. Why? See, this what is a rule of primary key? There should be not null, no null value should be there, and no unique should sorry, no column should be, no column or no block should leave empty. All unique values, not repeated one. See, every time when I'm inserting record, this particular auto increment will get incremented in will be given 7 8. So there are no null values are there for me, no empty blocks are there, as well as all unique values are there, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 like that. So which means this column has already become a primary key. And I told we can't declare two columns, we can't declare more than one column as a primary key, only we can declare one column only. Single column in an entire table we can declare as a primary key. So already one auto increment column has become a primary key for me. How can I able to declare one more other column as a primary key? So that's why whenever I'm creating this particular auto increment column, so you need to give primary key only. Okay, fine. Now, bro, why you are writing so many constraints for the fun line only? No, not like that. See, if I want to see what is the syntax, column, column name, column name, and see for one column you can declare one data type only, one data type only. Okay, but you can give n number of or multiple constraints to one column. This is what the actual syntax look like. Column name, one data type only can be declared. You can declare one constraint, or you can declare you can set multiple rules to that particular column name. So this is what we call it as this particular constraints are. Okay. I hope you all are clear with how to declare the constraints and all. And let us create one constraints. Okay, good. So I'm having one table, okay, to create one what we call it as constraints. Let me look this one. What is the table name? What is the table name? Good. See, let me now. Let us just live we will go and we'll create. So we have created some database student DB. So let us create the so we have created something called as student DB in the before. So let us create a table in that by using constraints and as well as data types. Okay. So creating table by using constraints and data types. Okay. So first of all, let me create one table. Okay. See all these people, let me create first of all one department table. Okay. Department table, which consists of only department ID and as well as the name of the department. That's it. So for that, if I want to create anything, what I need to write? Create table department underscore TBL, or let me write DEPT underscore TBL. Why this is very lengthy name. See, this is the project we are working on, college project. Okay, one college project. So for that, I'm having name of the or DEPT ID or department ID. DEPT ID. ID will be in int only. Let me write it in int, comma, int. And what is the data type I want to give for it? What is the data type I want to give for it? See, I told there will be one primary key I need to give. So I will give primary key for this particular department ID. Why I have given primary key? Why? Because see, the ID should not get repeated, and as well as no null value should be leaved. So department ID. And what is the other column? DEPT underscore name. What is a DEPT name? Name should be in varchar 30 like this. And I will mention name as not null. That's it, not null. So we should not leave any null values. So this is my first table I'm creating by using this one. So I have created this table. Let me select star from DEPT underscore TBL. That's it. Let me run this. It has shown me DEPT ID and DEPT name for me. Good, very good. But I have no records in this. So I think I'm having some uh, records in my notepad for this DEPT tables only. Let me check. Yeah, okay, fine. See what I'm doing it to insert into department table. So it's not department table, it's a DEPT underscore TBL, table name, DEPT name. And what are the things? I have given DEPT underscore ID, comma, DEPT underscore name. So these are the two columns which are available for me where I want to insert the records. That's it. Okay. So where is this one? DEPT underscore ID, comma, name. That's it. What is the department ID for Mecca? I'll give 1. For department ID 2, this one like this. 3, 4, 5. That's it. So these are the things. So the DEPT ID will be taken 1 and name will be taken 2. Okay, the DEPT ID will be taken 1, the DEPT name will be taken 2. That's it. Okay, let me run these values. All got inserted successfully. Let me select the things. You will get the values for our department table just now I have created for this particular things. Okay. So 1 is for mechanical, 2 is for civil, 3 is for CSE, 4 is for triple E, 5 is for ECE. So this is the first department table I have created. Good. What is the next thing I will do? What is the next thing I'll do? I'll create one table for the students. Okay. See how much the people had paid the fee. So this is my next table I'm going to create, which is fee payment TBL. Okay. What it will do? What this particular table will do? This table will give me, thus here I'm going to use all my data types, all my things over here. Okay, I'm going to create a table payment ID. Okay, student ID, student ID, student ID, DPT ID, DPT ID. What is ID? Next comes of DPT name. What is a DPT department name? Okay, and as well as STD name, student name. What is a student name? And what is a receipt number? Receipt number. What is a receipt number? What is a receipt number? And what is the remarks? Receipt number is not needed. Okay. Okay, let me create a remarks. Okay, remarks. What is a remarks? And remarks is also not needed. Let us remove remarks. Next amount is fee amount, fee amount, fee amount, fine amount. For suppose if he paid the fee lately, so he will be fined. And finally, how much he need to pay the amount, paid amount, and what is the total amount. So it's a bit confusing, but it's easy only, very easy. Okay, and how much due he left, due amount, and what is a payment status, payment status, and at what date he paid the fee, payment date. So these are the things that you need to create a table, and you need to include all these columns in this particular fee payment table. Okay, fine. It's a very big list actually for us, but there are some few more concepts are there which we need to learn. Okay, while inserting the things. Okay, before inserting the things. But okay, fine, no issue. Before inserting this table, let us insert one normal table. Okay, just this fee payment table only, but in another manner, because we need to what we call it as some more things are there. So till now we have learned column, data type, data type, and what is a constraint, and there is something called as constraint naming, which means whatever the constraint, unique, not null, or anything, any rule that we are giving to this particular constraint or this particular column, we need to name that thing. Why we need to name? I'll tell you that it's very important concept. But see, when you are working with your own local things and all, it's okay. But you need to know what is a constraint naming. Okay, it's very important. But before that, let us insert one more table in college DB. Okay, college DB, because I do not want to spoil this particular student DB that I have created. So I'm inserting in college DB. So that's why I have selected my college DB. So let me create table. Let me check once here. So let me create table. Uh, Table name, table name I'll give as already I think so. Fee payment table is there. So let me give student table, student underscore TBL. Okay, student underscore TBL. See, in this also I'm having one department table. See, in this also, if I see select star from this particular college DB, also having department underscore TBL. Okay, if I run this one, see this college table is also having one department table will consist of civil 5, 3 ECE, 4 AAA, and 2 mechanical. Okay, there is one, no one is there. Okay, so let me do one thing. There is one more constraint that we need to discuss, that is foreign key. Okay, because my department table is also having DPT underscore ID. Okay, department ID, and as well as the table that I am going to create right now is also having department ID. Okay, so we need to set up a foreign key, but I'll tell you what is that foreign key and all. Fine, I have opened it. So what is a payment ID? Payment ID, payment ID, column name, ID is int. I will write int. See, I told I can declare n number of constraints. It's not null, not null. It should not be leave null. And or not null is not required. Simply I will give auto auto increment. I'll do auto increment, and I'll define this one as primary key. That's it. Primary key I need to write like this. Primary key. Comma come down. First thing. What is the second thing? Student ID. STD ID. STD ID is also int, but I can't give primary key again. Why? Because I have already given primary key over here. So I need to write STD ID int, and what I can write after that int. What is a what we call it as thing that I can provide? What is a what? Sorry, what is a constraint that I can provide? Unique, because each student ID should not match with the other student ID. So that's why I'm giving unique. If I give not null, right, there could be duplicacy will be possible. Okay, please try to understand. If you're not understanding this, please try to rewatch the video once, rewatch the things that you're not understanding, then you'll get to understand. Int. Next. Let me took a side of this department ID for some time. Okay, let me take department name. Not department name. Department name is not required over here. Who asked you to tell department name? Department name is not required because department name should be there in other table. Student name, STD name. STD name should be varchar 30, 30. And here what? See, the names can be, if I am the Rohit who is studying in one college, there are n number of Rohits, right? So the names will be what we call as repeated. And we can't provide unique. So at that place, I will provide not null simply. That's it. What is the next thing? Fee amount. Fee amount. Fee amount. See, everyone's fee amount is not in int. I can't provide int because it could be in decimals also. So that's why what I will provide decimal 10 comma 2. I think no one fee amount will cross more than 10 digits. So I'm giving 10 comma 2. Okay. After that what? After that what? After that, what is a thing that I need to give? Here also I will give not null because the fee amount can be duplicated, right? If for suppose my fee amount due I need to pay 80,000, the others also will pay 80,000 only. So duplicacy is there. So I need to give not null constraint over there. Okay, fine. After that fine amount, fine amount. What is a fine amount? Fine amount means what? How much fine do I need to pay? Okay, how much fine do I need to pay? When I will pay fine amount, whenever my particular, when I miss the date, so that the time I will pay fine. So what I will give simply fine amount is also decimal 10 comma 2. Then here what I need to give first of all for fee amount and as well as fine amount also, and for the fee amount, okay, I need to use some check constraint over there. Check constraint over here, and I will mention fee amount should be greater than or equal to 0. It should not enter any kind of what we call it as null values to me, means minus values to me. Okay, fine amount also I will give default, the fine amount is 0. I'll give default 0. And now I am checking fine amount is also fine amount is also greater than or equal to 0. That's it. Fine amount is also should not be in minus values. Fine amount also should be there in over there. But here I am giving default 0. Okay. Okay, let us give this one also. See, not null. I can give not null, and I can give default also. No issue. Default 0. That's it. No issue. Here also I can give not null. So means no particular block should leave empty like that. What is the next one? What is the next one? The next one is paid amount. Paid amount. paid amount means how much I paid. So this one is also decimal 10 comma 2, and this should also be not null, and it's I need to check where the paid amount should be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, it should not be in minus values. I didn't paid anything. That one is also I need to check. Next. Now I need to check what is the total amount. Okay, now I need to check what is a total amount. Total amount. Total amount means what? See, there is one. See, I need to give decimal only. Decimal 10 comma 2. And there is one more constraint, right? I told you. This constraint will do calculations before the values are getting inserted in the column. Example, see, I will write generated. You will get to know generated always as what it should generate always. It should generate. See, how much fine I paid. Total amount is just like how much amount I paid, which means fee amount. What is a fee amount? Total amount is fee amount plus fine amount, which means if for suppose if my fine amount is 0, okay, nothing will happen. Okay, total amount means how much I what is a how much what we call it as amount, and what is the total amount. If for suppose my fine is 0, it will be 0 only over here. If my I am having fine, it will do addition or sum with fine amount as well as total fine sorry fee amount and as well as fine amount, and it will give me the result of the both of the sum. Okay, the next one is due due amount. Due amount means how much left, because everyone will not pay fee continuously, right? some people will pay some people will pay partially, and some people will go again and come back like that. So everyone will not pay complete fee. Some people will 50,000 out of 80,000 fee for suppose. Some people will pay 50,000. The 30,000 they will pay later. So due amount should be there. So due decimal I'm writing 10 comma 2, 10 comma 2, and it same thing generated always as what it should generate. Now how due amount will come when I do total amount minus paid amount. So I need to write, see, it's a casual mathematics only. Okay, total amount minus paid amount. So if I do like that, I'll get the due amount, how much I need to pay. Till now it's done. What is a payment status? Payment status column. See, until and unless I put this particular semicolon, right, I can write how many lines of code that I required. No issue. Payment status. Payment status is enum. Enum. Enum, I'm having only three payment status are there, which is unpaid, comma, paid, comma, as well as pending. Pending. That's it. Comma, come down. Okay, and I'll writing something called as default. Defaultly it should be in unpaid. That's it. If I won't mention anything, it will be default in unpaid only. Okay, fine. And something left for me, what was there? Payment date, the last one. Payment underscore date. I need to write date, and it should be in default. And what default I need to mention, see there is some function called as current date. See these functions we'll discuss, do not worry. Okay, we'll discuss about these functions. But what is a use of this current date means it will what we call it as provide you the current date and time. Okay, that's it. Apart from that, nothing. Defaultly it should be in, let us give current timestamp. With timestamp you haven't seen timestamp, so let us give current timestamp. So this is how I will create table without constraint naming. See, I have declared the column, I have declared the data type, one data type, and I am declaring the what we call it as constraints. Here there are two constraints are there. I told right multiple constraints we can apply. Here also, if you see not L I have given, I need to put capital L. See, here also column, this is a data type, first constraint, second constraint, third constraint. What is a constraint? It should not be not null. I have given default, it should be zero. For suppose if I forgot to give the value in PMO payment also, it will go as zero only. And I have told before entering to the values to avoid the negative values, I'm giving check fee amount greater than or equal to 10. So this is how I create. This is also basic table only. Okay, let me run what it is showing invalid value in this particular payment date. Oh, fine. So in this particular table, so I got few errors before, some syntax errors I have written. So the first thing you need to do whenever writing generated always this column now you need to write stored at the last. Okay, for sure. If you want to do any table calculations automatically, you need to write stored at the last for sure. Okay, then when I'm writing payment date, use date type default current timestamp. This is what the exact thing that you need to do. See, don't leave about this current timestamp and all. Dates are a bit confusing. I know. After some time, you will understand the things. So that my table got inserted successfully. Okay, my table got inserted successfully. Let me refresh my tab. I'm having something called as department table and as well as this fee payment table. Good, fine. But I haven't created department ID in this table. Oh, I forgot actually. Let me do one thing. Drop table, drop table, student underscore TBL. Actually, I thought to add one more constraint, but I didn't add it. So dropped it. Let me rerun it. Sorry. Uh, Refresh it. So I don't have any student table. Good. Let me create the student table again. No issue. So there is one more thing I need to mention. DEPT underscore ID. Boss, see, listen carefully this point. My DEPT ID is there in department table the before that I have created, and what I'm doing in future I'll join the two tables, so with that I could able to extract the DEPT name also. Okay, so the DEPT ID is already there in department table. So before this department table was created, so this department table will become a parent table for me. Okay, so I'm invoking one of the particular DEPT ID column to my student table, right? So this department table is a foreign key for me. This particular DEPT ID that I'm taking from my particular department table will be a foreign key for me. How I write foreign key? Simply I need to write a DEPT ID and I need to mention something called as, first of all I'll mention its ID na, it's int only. That's it. Int only. See, If I want to, as I told, see, as I told, when I am taking any ID or any column, which that column is already present in another table, which means now I'm creating one DEPT ID, but this DEPT ID is already there in department table for me, right? So this DPT ID will be a foreigner for me. Or who is foreigner? Who is for foreigner? Who is out of our state, out of our country? They are foreigners for us, right? Out of our country is a foreigner for us. So this this ID is not belongs to this student table, but to make the joins, I'm using this DPT ID as a foreigner key. So for that, I need to do. See, I need to define one more constraint I told, right? It was left. That is a foreign key. So to write the foreign key, how I'll write the foreign key? First of all, I will write foreign key. This is a keyword. And write what is a foreign key for me? Foreign key is DPT ID for me. Okay. DPT ID. Fine. I need to come down. Okay, you are writing DPT ID, but what is the references that you are having that you are telling this DPT ID is a foreign key? I need to give reference. Reference. I need to give reference. What is the reference I will give? The reference is I need to write, boss, this DPT ID is from department table, and in department table also there is DPT ID is there. So I need to write like this to define a foreign key. Okay. See, I need to write FOREIGN foreign key. Then I need to write DPT underscore ID where it is referencing referen references DPT underscore TBL. I think department underscore TBL, and I need to write DPT ID is also there in that particular department table. I need to put comma here, so that's why it is showing like that. So this is how I will give one department table or department ID for anything. So, but before this, I need to declare this now. I need to give DPT ID. This is a column I'm creating. What is the data type of it? I haven't given any data type. I need to give int. That's it. Int. Okay. Int. But what is this? This is a foreign key. This is a foreign key. But I need to provide foreign key separately like this. So this DPT ID I need to provide this is integer value. Okay, that's good, fine. But this DPT ID is a foreign key where it is referencing this particular department table of this department one. That's it. I hope you clear this one. If you are having any doubts, please let me know in the call, or you can call me or anything you can. So please do not keep doubts with you. It's quite tricky thing. Please rewatch this part. See, once again, I'm explaining this particular thing. I want to create a department ID in my fee payment table. Everyone know, right? But this department ID is already present in department table, which I have created long back. Okay. See, if I see this department table, I'll get the results, which I'm already having DPT ID in that department ID. But I want to invoke this particular ID in my particular college a student table, so that I could able to identify, okay, this student belongs to this particular department with the department ID as a reference. Okay. Now, everyone understood this particular part. Fine. Now, department ID, I'm creating one column, new column, okay, with the data type of integer. That is also fine. You need to put comma and come down. You need to give, then it will, you need to give, boss, this department ID is not a new column I'm creating. This column is already there, which is a foreign key for me. Okay, it will ask, okay, where it is there. Then you need to give in the below one. This particular department ID is referencing from department table. In that department table also there is one department ID is there. So in this department table, department ID, I'm taking reference. With that reference, I'm creating a foreign key in this table with the column name called as department ID. That's it. That's it, done with your job. So I need to write select star from uh what is the table name I have created? Student underscore TBL. That's it. Run. See, this is a column name. It is created for me. Okay. Column name which is created for me. And you will ask one more thing that see, I'm creating columns. I'm giving constraints. I'm giving constraints, creating columns, giving constraints, giving data. But where all these values are getting stored in MySQL, for suppose you know that payment ID because you created the column, you know payment ID is a primary key. But how others will get to know about it? It's not the right thing. So at that time, what you will do? At that time, what you will do? You will write there is something, one hidden table is there in particular MySQL, one hidden table. So only we can that table is used by MySQL. So whatever the tables, whatever the columns you are creating, all that information will be stored by MySQL in its own table. Okay, that particular table name is called as information schema. This is a database name, and there are so many tables are there in it. If I see tables, all my table names will be visible. So just I need to put select star from this particular tables. I'll explain you these concepts, no issue. See, these many tables are there with me. Okay, these many tables are there with me. There are some auto tables are also there. There are some base tables are also there. So see these many table. See, these are the common tables. Okay, which was created by MySQL. Okay, it was not created by us. See, these are the last tables that see these are some of the tables, but I have deleted these tables. Now these are the tables which was left for me in college DB. These are the two tables which are left for me in my department table. That's it. Okay, so I hope you guys clear till now. So tomorrow, not tomorrow, I will explain about the constraint naming and all in detail, so you can just concentrate on this from tomorrow. Okay, so that's it for today. So I'm closing the class. Fine.